The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared. As Americans, we will not give up a single right guaranteed under the Constitution.
It's the Jetblack Daily Show. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. It's the Jetblack. Ooh. It's the Jetblack. Ooh. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're having a great day and you're making it great. This is the Jetblack Daily Show. I'm Mr. Jetblack Carl Sr.
And it's your boy, Coy Legguci Graves, as we continue and carry on the legacy of Aaron T. Jones. Hashtag the Pod God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you haven't had the opportunity, excuse me, if you haven't had the opportunity, please visit the website, thejetblackempowerment.com. That's thejetblackempowerment.com. Cash rules everything around me. Cream. Get the money.
What? Dollar bill,
y'all. Hit that Cash App, Unique 3815. That's Unique 3815. And if you need to write a check, make that check payable to the Aaron T. Jones Memorial Fund. That's the Aaron T. Jones Memorial Fund. Listen, we're going to talk about that Jetblack shop.
You hear me? I know you see me. Shop till you drop at the Jetblack shop.
Yes, sir. Shopjetblack.org. That's shopjetblack.org. And get that Jet Black apparel. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that. That fa.
It's just like that.
That fa.
Look, Gucci, what's up with you, baby?
Hey, I'm blessed to be in the building
Yes,
once again on this
indeed.
platform as we continue to uplift, inspire, and last but not least, empower.
Yes, sir.
Our people, you hear me? We here.
Yes, sir.
How you
Our
feeling?
motto, man, I feel great. Where our motto is each one, reach one,
Teach
one. And listen, we got a very, very special guest today. We got the one and only David DJ Justice Smalls.
Let's go.
I appreciate
Let's
it,
get
fellas.
it, baby. What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm honored to be with you, brothers. Thank you so much for having me. Man, just it's a black room. It's
Yes,
a black
sir.
space.
Say
Talk
that down.
You know, and we got this Jet Black empowerment going.
Say
I
that.
said, I got to, cut me in or cut me out. What's up?
Yes,
what
sir.
I got to do?
Yes,
so it's
sir.
just an honor to be with you, man.
Right on,
Salute
right
y'all,
on.
brothers. Super, super proud of what you're doing. Continue the legacy. Continue to empower, inform, and engage folks. And, we're just going to keep it Jet Black, bro.
Right on, my brother. You heard it. So let's get right on into it. Mr. Smalls, tell us where you're from.
Originally born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Both my parents from Winston. But, resided in Greensboro the majority of my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Carolina kid, man. 336 is the business. And we just been grinding it out this entire time, man. But Carolina's my home.
Right on, right
Trey
on.
Foe and the Billy, all the way to the
Straight
bird.
like that. Straight like that, man. Right on, man. So tell us what you do for a living, man.
Currently I'm an entrepreneur, been a serial entrepreneur my entire life. A few years ago, I started an aerial videography company. Attained my license as a licensed drone pilot and started making videos. Utilizing my background in entertainment and media production, over 20 plus years in entertainment and media. And I wanted a new niche, man. Wanted something different. And was at a real precipice in my life of what's next. And it was like, you could buy a camera, but I'm not really a photographer. I know how to take good pictures. My dad was an amateur photographer. When I was a kid, we had a dark room in my house. So I know the concepts of taking quality pictures. And it was like, hey, or you could buy one of those remote control gas-powered race cars. I was like, I'm gonna crash that thing. So the next best thing for me was, what about these drones? It's a remote control.
Mm-hmm.
It flies really fast, and it's got a 4K camera. man, changed my life. Within 6 months, it had turned into a business, and I named it Skyline Video Pros. And we've been rocking ever since, man. We're 4 years in now, man, working with a lot of powerful clients, doing Ortho Mosaic maps and real estate videos and commercials and documentaries, and being able to travel all over the country, man. I did a piece called Journey Across America, where it's literally drone shots from here to California to Texas to Florida, Vegas, Kentucky, just on my travels.
Well, let me stop you right there. What was the hardest part about you flying drones? And then I want you to go back and explain to the people. You said something about a map. You lost me on that lap, too.
Some map. Look, I was about to hit them with it. Some kind of map.
So elaborate a little bit on what was it like, the process of you flying the drone, getting there, talk-wise, and talk about that map situation you just told us about.
So the process of actually being a licensed commercial drone pilot is actually studying FAA regulations, studying maps, studying weather reports, ceiling heights, different airspace that you're allowed to operate in. And once you obtain, your commercial license, you can now go and sell for profit your images or videos or anything that you collect with the drone. So I am a FAA licensed pilot. I'm one step below a small aircraft pilot. We're gonna get that next, man. I'll hop in a few little layers. We're just gonna fly ourselves.
Okay, so really, if you wanted to, I don't mean to cut you off. If you wanted to, you could fly small planes.
I need a little bit of seat time, and we're good to go. And another test. So yeah, we're there.
Jetblack.
Hey, that's all we're doing. And when I talk about Ortho Mosaic mapping, you see the Google Earth and the satellite view, and it'll show you stuff, but it's not really clear. What we do is say we got a 50-acre plot of land. There may be a lake on it, there may be some trees, maybe a home, but you want to get a 4K quality detailed picture from 400 feet, from 250 feet of what does this look like. And we have the drone fly a specific populated route, and say it takes 1,000 pictures. And with the software that we utilize, we take those 1,000 pictures and stitch them together into a Ortho Mosaic.
That sounds like old painting or something, didn't it? Ortho Mosaic. I don't know if I said it right, but
I think you did, my brother. You got something you want to ask?
Yeah, I got to ask you something. You know what I mean?
What
was the most difficult decision you had to make as a pilot?
Mm-hmm.
To turn down some projects.
To turn down some?
Mm-hmm.
So no moves?
No
certain moves, just about anything you can do.
That's as far as being comfortable flying the drone, that comes with experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like driving a car. When you first start out, you at 10 and 2, but when you get a little more experience, diamond in the back, sunroof top, chilling in the scene, and it's the same thing with anything that you want to master. One of my mentors told me, he said, it takes 10,000 hours to master something, to be a master. I'm a master DJ. I've been a DJ for 20 years. 22 years now. I've DJed all over the country, a few places outside of the country, been to Amsterdam. We've done a lot of work in entertainment.
Gotcha.
But I can go rock any stage at any time. We've been in this global pandemic this last year. Well, the DJ game shut down March of last year for a lot of folks because there weren't any events.
So let's hold up right there. Hold that thought. We don't want to give them too much.
Too fast.
Shit.
Okay.
No. Hold that thought now. Hold that thought, because it's a lot of layers to you, bro. So I want to go back. Let's go back to the drone thing.
Right.
How lucrative is it as a pilot flying drones, and what is it like so far as black pilots versus white pilots right now? You can start with either one of those.
I'll take the latter question first. Being a minority in this industry that's actually licensed, insured, bonded, with the necessary things, we can go fly construction sites. There are not a lot of minorities in droning at this point that are licensed. A lot of brothers and sisters got drones. Folks got Mavic Minis and stuff for Christmas. Don't necessarily know what they're doing with them. Maybe have crashed, maybe put it on the shelf, not have taken it seriously to really expand upon what's next. A lot of things that you see on TV and in movies 20 years ago, 30 years ago, they had to get a helicopter to get some of those shots. Now we got a drone. There's maybe 10,000, 5,000. Some of the smaller drones are putting out phenomenal quality for what they're doing and what they're built for. as far as what the money looks like, it can be endless. You got to carve your niche. You know, one of the tracks I did a few years ago, one of my bars was I had to create my own lane so my team could drive in it. You know, we'll talk about it. We'll get there later.
No, you did.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, this is a track I put together,
Okay.
you know what I mean, where I actually got out from behind the boards and jumped on the mic for a minute. But just had some things to say. But really creating your own lane, and I mean, depending on the market, depending on the type of equipment that you are willing to invest into yourself, I mean, it can be a full-time gig.
Was the training hard? What is the training like?
The training is
the test and everything.
The test has nothing to do with flying a drone.
Wow.
It has everything to do with small aviation. It has everything to do with what the laws are, what the airport is sending out as far as weather reports, notice to airmen, they call them NOTAMs, where somebody important's plane may be coming through for a government or military training exercise. You can't fly during this time and this time in this location. You need to know that.
Right.
Just so you stay in compliance. We're all about safety and compliance because that keeps you out of trouble and keeps you able to make money and do what you love.
Absolutely. What about, are those fines hefty if you
I don't want to know.
Hey,
I don't want to know.
all I want to reiterate is,
Go ahead.
he said the bag
Ooh,
could be endless.
Endless. Preach.
Endless.
You know, and when you're looking at a contract opportunity, again, most people out here are trying to go get a job. You know, you went to elementary school, you went through middle school, you went through high school. You know how much time you spent in school? It's about 14,000 hours of go to school, get good grades, so you can either go to college and get a good degree and go get a good job, so you can work 40 hours a week for 40 years and potentially retire on 40% of your income.
Potentially. Keyword.
Yes, sir.
Whenever I saw that equation and one of my mentors broke it down to me and said it's the 40-40-40 plan. And I said, if I need 100% of my income now, plus, what the hell am I going to do with 40?
Right.
I was like, well, there's got to be another way. So there was option B. Now, option B says we guarantee you nothing but the potential to create your dream.
Love it.
That was all I need. It was an opportunity. It was a shot.
Yeah.
You know, what one man can do or what one woman can do, another can do. Are there people who have surpassed that I look up to far beyond my wildest expectations in this space? Absolutely. So I keep striving. We keep pressing for greatness. We keep pressing for excellence. And we keep seeking the knowledge. If we get the knowledge, the outcome is unimaginable. But it's what you put in your mind.
Speak on.
There are no limitations. You know, people, you hear it all the time in personal development and motivation. Folks say, think outside the box. Well, when you realize there is no box, then what?
I don't know what's going on right now, but David over here dropping jewels.
He dropping some jewels.
And if
Each one, reach one, teach one.
And
You
if
know what I'm
everybody
saying?
listening, he basically just said,
Yes, sir.
work for self.
Work for self. Empowerment, baby. So listen, I heard you say that the income was endless. So that mean that equipment got to be served.
You can start off small.
Okay.
You know,
What's the least you can pay for one? And what's the most that you can pay?
I see folks going to Walmart all day long and say, ooh, that's $100. Let me go get that. And then they wonder why it flew away and you never see it again. The cheaper drones are harder to fly than some of these $5,000 and $10,000 drones.
5 and 10.
He said 5 and 10,000.
Yeah. And that's not that's the lower rungs of the professional grade.
What's the professional big boy price? Trying to get out to.
I'm looking
Good
at
question.
one unit right now, you know, with the drone and camera fully outfitted. We need to go do a day's worth of work. We're looking at about $80,000.
All the bells and whistles.
All the bells and whistles, all of the lenses, 10 batteries. We can stay out on site all day long.
80 racks.
80 racks.
80 racks, easy. So you need to be on top of your stuff now.
Absolutely.
You need to be
I
good
need
at what you do.
150 because I need two. Because as I'm training other pilots and building my organization, I need to be able to do what I got to do and send you too.
Yeah.
Because then we can do it twice as fast. You're gonna be well taken care of.
Yeah.
And the company's gonna make some money. And we're gonna put out a quality product. It's all about the quality product. I don't care how long it takes. It's just a matter of delivering what you say you can do and what people expect.
Let's talk about that training aspect. How important is it for you as an entrepreneur to train others to do what you do? How does that empower
One of my
others?
mentors told me, he said, if you don't duplicate yourself, then it's all on you. You know, finding other like minds that have some drive, some dedication, some self-discipline. I set my schedule, you know, but if I don't, like Outkast said, if I don't move my feet, then we don't eat. So we like neck to neck.
Yes, sir.
You know,
drop it.
And so having that discipline of setting timelines, setting deadlines, getting things done, showing up to events, showing up to job sites on time.
Yes.
If not early, prepared with, you know, if you need extra people, whatever supplies are going to be necessary for the successful completion of this task, you got to be ready. And if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
You can say that again. You hear me?
That's your saying
Stay
right
ready,
there.
you ain't got to get ready. Let me ask you another question.
Come on with it.
Bring me that. So you're
Come
talking
on.
about the lenses, all the bells and whistles you can get for 80 racks. How do you stay organized with everything that you do? Drones, equipment, just like you said, the maps, the FFA, you got to check the weather.
I got a phenomenal team. I got a phenomenal support system.
Awesome.
Definitely shout out to my beautiful wife.
Yes, sir.
She has been a rock and a foundation in my life for quite a long time. And I'm building a team. You know, I've got a few other pilots that have recently become certified pilots as well. And we're building out their business in collaborative effort with my business as well, and showing them how to do the same thing. Because if I can teach someone to duplicate what I'm doing in their market, then we can franchise. Then we can expand. Now you make money in your sleep. If you made money in your sleep, wouldn't you fall in love with your pillow?
Come on, what?
Damn. Say that again.
If you could make money your sleep, wouldn't you fall in love with your pillow?
Residual.
Hey, that's a nice pillow.
That's that residual.
Don't get your Tempur-Pedic.
Might as well sleep it away. You can sleep and get it back. I'll stay asleep. Try to.
Get the adjustable base.
I'm telling you.
Oh, man,
get
that's
some
dope.
good rest.
Yes.
Man.
So that you can wake up refreshed and go do whatever it is that you set your mind to.
Man, I love it. I love it. Now let's talk about, let's keep it moving, man. Let's talk a little bit about Skyline Pros. Let's talk about your business. Let's talk about some of your clients, if it's okay.
Sure,
we can speak on some of
absolutely.
your clients, some of the people that you work with, some that you do work with, and then that's going to lead us into some other projects that you got going on outside of Skyline Pros.
Absolutely. So whenever we started Skyline, one of our first big clients was a commercial real estate developer. Big shout out to NAI, the Piedmont Triad. They're a division of NAI Global, and they are one of the largest commercial real estate companies in the country. I had the privilege and honor to work with the former mayor of Greensboro, Mr. Robbie Perkins, and he took an honest chance on me and said, "I believe you can do what you say you can do," and we delivered. And he's been a super advocate for us and a huge champion as we've dealt with municipalities. We've dealt with the Department of Transportation. We've dealt with the Community Foundation. We have done projects for High Point University, D.H. Griffin. The list goes on. We're coming in 4 years strong with Skyline Video Pros, and it's been a blessing and a beautiful journey. Not to mention the projects we do out of state. You know, I went down to Texas for a few weeks last year, and was just there, man, working, shooting. You know, my passion and love is music. So I do music videos for artists that I really, really work with.
Yeah.
And they got to be something special. I ain't just working with anybody because I don't have time. You know, and that's just facts. If it ain't going nowhere, it ain't going nowhere. What are you gonna do with your talent?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with your gift? So we've been able to do a lot of different and creative things. Really shining a light on Greensboro, shining a light on the Carolinas. To let folks know, man, the Carolinas, we're Outkast. I gotta go back to Outkast. The South got something to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speak on it. And again, we are in North Carolina, y'all.
Yes.
Greensboro, North Carolina, the Gate City, baby. You
Keep
know what I'm
those
saying?
boys.
Yes, sir. So if he can do it, you can too. It's all about Jetblack empowerment, baby.
Absolutely.
Now, let's keep it moving, man. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the other things you're doing.
Man, well, my business has continued to grow and expand, and I'm always looking for opportunities. I'm a licensed solar broker. One of the companies I was doing some drone work for had me doing some roof inspections, and I got a phone call.
2 for 1.
You know, and it was like, hey, have you considered solar? And I was like, I thought about it. It was going to be one of those things that is a few years out as the business continues to mature and develop, and you know, we build a home and things like that. And it was like, okay. Well, it went from 10 years out in my mind to in my hand. So now I'm a licensed broker in 20 states, and we're adding 11 more states this year. I'm working with a phenomenal company based in California, and it's been a very, very good experience to help homeowners.
Yes.
More than anything, to save some money, cut your energy bill. We all saw what happened a few weeks ago in Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
If folks had solar and a battery backup, they'd have never lost power. And you wouldn't have had the devastation of millions of people for a week at a time in the cold with no power and no water. Those are the type of things that, from an infrastructure side, that we have to put in place. We teach home ownership. When first kid get out of high school, they be like, "Oh, get your car." We teach you to own your car. Why don't we teach you to own your power and stop renting it from these monopolizing, dirty energy companies that are polluting our planet?
Yes.
You know, we all got children. Yeah. What do you want to leave them? Do we want to leave them something where they can't go outside without a mask on and a respirator and a sun shield? Because ain't no telling what radiation and chemicals are being leached into our air or water. We have to preserve that. You know, we got to get back to nature and understand about growing our food and sustainability and that type of community.
Yeah.
You know, so this is partly a way that I can help homeowners in 20 states go solar. Check out SkylineSolarPros.com.
Yeah, I'm about to hit that. I'm about to hit them up, man, because they be coming by my crib and stuff, man. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, the cost is not really. People think, oh man, solar panels, that's expensive. What I try to explain to homeowners is solar is not a sales pitch. It's really an IQ test.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been paying your light bill since you left your mom and dad's house, right?
Got to.
Yes.
You're going to continue to pay that light bill. Now, the old lady can go to Bath & Body Works and buy 13 candles all she wants to, but that's not going to keep your refrigerator cold.
You got a point, folks.
So if I can offer you $0 down, a 26% federal tax credit, not a deduction, a credit. So run me my money. No money out of pocket and less than what you're already paying right now. If you own your home or you're buying your home, added value to your home, a 30-year bumper-to-bumper warranty. It just makes sense.
Wow. And how much money do you actually save on your power bill?
It depends on how much money, how much energy you're using. We do a customized system to your home based on your current energy usage and projected usage. We try to give you a little cushion. That way, if this summer's a little hotter, you may have a niece or a nephew or a son or daughter come home and they running a few extra things.
Yeah.
So that you got some cushion and you're not stuck with a balloon bill or anything crazy happening. And you're able to really make that type of impact in your financial savings. And then once you pay the system off, that's one bill you don't have anymore.
Oh, I love it.
That's dope right there.
I love it.
Dope.
Each one, reach one, teach one. Now, I hope y'all listen to everything that he's saying. It's all about empowering, even empowering yourself with power.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, he
a
said
necessity. I mean, just using the sunlight. You know what I'm saying?
He said it. And bro getting bags multiple ways.
I love it. Now, let's talk about this DJing thing.
Yeah.
Come on. I know, right? Let's talk about your skills.
Man, I've been a DJ for 20 years. I have to give all credit to my uncle PG Smooth, man.
Okay.
Phenomenal DJ, over 45 years in the game.
Wow.
And when I was 13, I bugged him. I bugged him for over a year and say, man, I want to do what you do. And he was like, you gotta, you gotta haul these crates of albums.
Yeah.
And push these big old wooden JBL cabs, man. I'm talking about big as this table, that high. And I just need the hand truck, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
And so that was my start. I was a roadie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we did this, Corey Convention Center, Shriners Balls, all types of events and set up and learn. And Unc's favorite phrase was, we keep them dancing.
Yeah.
And so that was my job, was to not only read a crowd, figure out, they want to hear Electric Slide right now, or they want to hear Frankie Beverly, they want to hear some outstanding. They want to hear something that is going to make that dance floor stay packed. It's one thing, a lot of DJs can play a record and folks come out on the floor. And then as soon as that record goes off, folks go back, they go back to their respective corners. It's like a boxing match, you know what I mean? Ding, 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 hey. Oh, damn, next song.
Right.
And now you back trying to fight and figure out, what am I supposed to play at this moment in time to keep this dance floor packed? Because once I get it packed, and that energy elevates to another level, and you're able to keep them there, man, you got to party all night.
I know, that's right. All you had to do is play 2 shots, shake that market. And they going to be there
Blow
about
the
4 minutes. You hear me? Back to back.
You know what I'm saying? Then you hit them with the Juvenile.
Oh, yeah.
Boom,
that's a classic.
Boom, boom,
That's a
bruh.
classic.
DJ.
That's a classic. Yes, sir.
So,
what's the biggest venue you could say offhand that you've done DJing?
man, I've done, I do a lot of things in Las Vegas. I'm at the M, the Rio, Orlando. I've been down to Disney World DJing on Disney compound down there.
Yeah.
I've DJed as far east as west right now.
It's the one thing that I can say, I mean to cut you off, but the one thing that I can say, I'm a witness to your hustle, and it's relentless. So can you talk about what that hustle is like for you? I've witnessed you drive. He drove in his car from the East Coast to the West Coast.
7,000 mile road trip.
So talk about, let's get into what has caused you to have such a drive. What made David Smalls have such a drive to make him become an entrepreneur like this, relentless the way that you are, to do what you do? What gets you up in the morning?
Well, I have to give all praise, credit, honor to my mother. She has been she's been my teacher. She's been an entrepreneur all of my life. I grew up in a family-based business. Mom's been selling Avon for over 42 years.
Wow.
She's been selling T-shirts and Black history materials. And my mother was an educator. She was also a police officer, both of my parents. So I know what interrogation feels like.
I think all us Black children, we know.
So I give her all of that credit. I started my first business when I was 7 years old. I started a jewelry company. You know those old beaded car seats with the wooden beads?
Yeah.
When they break, what you got?
Beads.
Exactly. I was in the Boy Scouts, so I knew how to tie knots, man. So now we started making necklaces.
Yes, sir.
And bracelets and
Yes,
anklets and rings and things like that. And as my mother would travel around and set up her table, set me up a little table, a little card table right beside her. Sometimes I make more money than she did at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And that lit the fire for me instantaneously because I could count my own money. I paid for my expenses. I understood my profit and loss.
Yes.
And it really gave me that drive to understand how to make money. For years of my life, being exposed to different things.
Yeah.
Some of them good, some of them not so good. I made some dumb decisions along the way. I made some critical, not just dumb decisions. I made some critical errors.
Yeah.
In both my decisions as a person, some of the situations I allowed myself to be in, some of the things I allowed myself to be involved with, and I had to take full accountability for all of that. Personally.
Yeah.
I had to pay some prices.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I want to cut you off.
Absolutely.
But let me lead you into this, right? So because this is Jetblack and because we are empowering, and we don't want to give people the impression that just you was like an overnight success. Let's talk about what happened to you, David.
Man,
what was the bad decision that you made that literally made you crash and burn, but also get back up again? So let's go into that.
As a teenager, I was very, shall we say, I had my way with words. And I could talk to people and persuade them to do things.
Game.
I was involved with some older individuals, particularly ladies. And being a pretty handsome fella myself, and at 17 years old, I thought I was grown, man. I left home, had a baby on the way with a much older woman. She was 15 years older than me at the time. had 3 kids with her ex-husband, and 1 on the way by me. And at 17 and she's 32, I'm thinking, hey, man, I got it made. I'm doing a grown man strut a little bit, but didn't realize that it was completely setting me up for failure. Because when the money get low and the hungriness show, you got to do what you got to do. And after leaving home, within 6 months of me leaving home, I was sitting downtown facing some very serious robbery charges, for making critical errors. I've slept in my car, I've slept under bridges, I've slept in the park. After a while, you get tired of that.
Yeah.
And at 17, no diploma, ain't nobody gonna give you a job. They gonna say, where your parents at? And they said, you can't live here no more. Yeah. So, making some errors, in judgment.
Yeah.
And it cost me dearly.
Yeah.
It cost me relationships with some of my family, strained the relationships with some of my children. And it put me in a position where I didn't have any choice but to succeed. Knowing whenever one of my mentors, and I've never met him, but I've read so many of his books that I feel like I know him, Dr. Napoleon Hill, the author of Think and Grow Rich, the author of The Law of Success. He said, you must have a chief definite aim. Your why. If your why don't make you cry, you in the wrong business. So I had to take what I knew from being an entrepreneur, what I knew from right and wrong, and say, okay, I'm going to make a conscious decision. And sometimes it's going to cost me friendships. Sometimes it's going to cost me money, but it will not cost me my integrity, my morals, and the pursuit of my dreams and goals. And so I never let that stop me. People told me no. People told me I was crazy. People said, oh, you ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Some of my own family members.
Sure.
Brothers, love them, but they know what it is.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you betting against me.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that because I had to use everything around me, all of the external forces as fuel for my fire to get me where I want to be. And you never let anything stop you. What one man can do, another one can do. What one person can achieve, another can achieve.
Yeah. But
it's your desire. And the second biggest thing was I realized I had a choice in where and what I put my energy into. We can get on in all types of things. But if it's not moving me forward, if it's not positive, if it's not things that I feel good about, I wake up in the morning, I feel great. I made a conscious decision that I'm gonna have a great day every day, no matter what. And people look at me when I tell them that, they're like, how can you have a great day every day, no matter what? And I said, I just made a choice. It's a choice.
The energy.
Yeah.
It's what you choose to feed.
I think that's dope, man, that you rose above that adversity. So if you don't mind me asking, how many years did you do, Dave?
I did 4 years, man. I came home. I got locked up 5 days before my 18th birthday, 4 days before my oldest son was born. And I came home on my 22nd birthday. So March 20th is a special day to me.
Sure.
Not only my birthday, but my rebirth at the same time. And that has allowed me to be that phoenix that's risen from the ashes that I destroyed with my own hands.
Yes.
I had to go apologize. I had to go say, Mama, I'm sorry. I had to go say, Daddy, I'm sorry. And pick myself up and move forward. I couldn't lay in it. Once you give it to God, let him go, because he can handle things far greater.
Yes, sir.
Than I could ever imagine. And I move in faith. They say faith without works is dead. So get off your knees and stop praying and go.
Yeah.
I love that.
Walking faith show is an action word.
I love that.
I love that too. You got to keep it moving,
I'm telling
y'all.
you, working
you
for self.
You can't stop and you can't worry about what folks saying about you. You got to keep moving, baby.
We're working for self. And
yes,
I appreciate
sir.
your transparency, because transparency is the key to truth.
Yes, it is.
And just like you said, you crashed and burned on your own, but guess what else you did after that? He rose from the
again,
ashes.
like the phoenix, baby.
Absolutely.
On his own.
On his own.
And it's all about a support system. It's all about help. I can't take full credit.
Yeah.
I had a praying mama, grandma. Come on. I had those mentors. I really sought out some counsel. I said, okay, if this is what I'm going to have to deal with, anything is possible. Les Brown's one of my mentors, and I speak with Mr. Brown quite often.
Like Les Brown.
Me and Les got a special connection because he was a DJ too, and so we've talked about that several times. But he said, it's possible. Man, I shouldn't have told me that. It's possible? You mean anything. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. It's possible. What are you going to put your mind on? And what are you going to put your energy behind?
Man, and you believed. And you believed in yourself.
Who told me? Nobody said it wasn't possible.
Come on.
It was like, oh, I can do this?
He bet on himself.
That's it. All in.
Work for self.
You work for self.
All in.
I love it, man.
And if you
it.
go all in and go all out, if you go all in on you and go all out for your dreams, there's nothing you can't accomplish.
That's a win.
Come on, baby. You win.
You know what I mean? Michael Jordan isn't the greatest of all times because he won a bunch of championships.
Speaking.
He's the greatest of all times because he went and shot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shots in the gym, practicing for the game. So that whenever you knew in the last 30 seconds, the Bulls got the ball, who are we gonna put the? You gonna get us to Rodman? No. You gonna get us to Pippen? No. You gonna put the ball in Jordan's hand and let him and clear the lane. Somebody clear the lane.
Because he finna take off. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's so important. I think that everything that you have said today is truly going to empower somebody else. And we're going to switch some gears a little bit. You go ahead and sit right here with us at the Jetblack Daily Show. David Smalls, man, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Salute to you, brother, because this is what this show is all about. Jetblack, each one, reach one, teach one. To inspire, to empower, and to let you know you're not left out. It's not over for you, baby. Not here at Jetblack, it ain't.
No, he definitely just inspired me. You know what I mean? The story, the road,
Wait till
triumph.
you see the movie.
Ooh, well, we're going to talk about it. Hold on. Let's hold that thought.
Cast me.
Shout out to CMB Studios.
Yeah. He took a shot at CMB Studios, didn't he? So listen, we're going to switch gears a little bit. And man, again, man, we appreciate you, man. On this part of the show, we always like to do our little Black History facts.
Yeah.
Legguci, what you got for me, brother?
You know Legguci got you some.
Go ahead and
Let me hit you with some Black History facts. Stephen Bates, Vermont's first known Black police leader. Escaped slavery in the South and was the first elected sheriff of Vergennes in 1879.
Wow.
1879.
I love it.
Man, I love what you're doing with the Black History facts.
Yes, sir.
One of my favorite quotes by Frederick Douglass, and it was repeated again by Malcolm X, was people who do not know their history are bound to repeat their failures. So we have to educate ourselves.
Yes.
Didn't you realize they're taking books out of school?
Come on.
How you gonna teach?
Come on.
When you don't have some literature.
Come on, speak on
Well,
it.
we all know they want the
Yes,
real.
sir.
They want the real literature we need to be learning
Absolutely.
while we were
What?
in school. That was his story,
Yes.
not our
Our
story.
story.
But I appreciate that right
Appreciate
there too.
that.
You know
Yes,
what
go
I mean?
on to that
And I got
second
nothing
one.
with you.
Come
Ruth
on, nephew.
Simmons, one of the highest, most prominent Black leaders in the United States, is using her social capital to boost fortunes of the historically Black colleges in Texas.
Yes,
Ruth
sir.
Simmons.
Ruth
Shout out
Simmons.
to you. You hear me?
Yes, sir. And that's Prairie View,
Yes.
A&M.
Okay.
Historically Black college. Look, Gucci, let's talk about them sports, man.
You know I got some sports going
Come
on.
on with it.
Hopefully LeBron and AD both come back healthy, but
For
they
sure.
did have an amazing pickup in my eyes. The big man himself.
Yeah.
Multi-talented, can score, defend, rebound. Andre Drummond.
And you know what? I'm so glad that controversy he went through from being at the Cavs. I'm glad they picked him up. Kudos to you,
You know what I
man.
mean? That was a good pickup.
That was a good
real
pickup
good
for him,
pickup.
and I'm glad they did it.
I'm just so tired of damn Brooklyn Nets just signing all these all-stars and superstars, Hall of Famers all on one team.
Kyrie Irving.
I heard something that Manny Pacquiao was going to the Nets.
I seen that meme.
I did
They wrote-
too. I saw that today
Did
too.
you see the meme when they said AI coming back because he want to get him one?
Man,
He signed into the Brooklyn Nets. They had him posted on there.
man, you lying.
Yeah, it was a meme. It sounded good.
Might as well.
Might as well.
It did sound real good,
It
though.
might as
You know
well,
what I'm
but
saying?
it's not gonna work.
Nah, I don't
But
think it is.
I think AI would be a great addition as an offensive coach because, you know, or an offensive coordinator because He broke ankles.
He really did.
I don't think it's gonna work because you know what he said. Practice. He ain't gonna show up to practice. He's gonna show up at the real game.
Well, speaking of legends, let's talk about what Juwan Howard is doing in Michigan.
Yes, sir. Salute to Juwan Howard.
Salute to you, man. Hey, I love it, man.
What, Sweet 16?
And they won. They won. I think that was that first game. Y'all forgive me if I'm wrong.
That's big kudos, especially coming from where they came from with the Fab Five, and he back and he taking them there. He leading them.
Just to hear his story when he was talking about it, how he felt. It was just like, man, I went here and now head coach is on top of my door.
He taking them there.
What?
You hear me?
And you got a lot of coaches right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Georgetown.
Come on.
You know
Patrick Ewing.
You got a couple.
Patrick Ewing and who's the other cat?
Not Hardaway.
Hardaway too down at
that's
Memphis.
Right.
Down at Memphis.
You got some players that have ascended to that next level.
Yeah.
But what I love is I've been watching Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq out here getting that bread.
He getting a bag this way, that way, this way.
Gold Bond.
Yes, sir.
Epson.
I said hi.
I said hi.
Yes, sir.
The
Papa
General.
John's, Papa
I was
John's.
just about to say the general.
Yeah.
Papa John.
But you know what? For so long, they just told us to shut up and dribble.
Yes, sir.
And he said, I'm going to work this thing as a commentator. You know, man, that's what we have to do is to create that generational legacy.
Yes.
That's the only way we're going to succeed.
Kudos to all these athletes out here that's doing their thing. I'm telling you, man, NBA is definitely representing to the fullest. LeBron off the court, on and off court. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we'll be right back. This is the Jetblack Daily Show. It's 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 the Jetblack. Ooh. It's the Jetblack. Ooh. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. Welcome back to the Jetblack Daily Show. I'm Mr. Jetblack, Carl Sr.
And it's your boy Corey Legguci Graves, continuing the legacy of Aaron T. Jones.
Yes, indeed. And we are back. Please visit the website, thejetblackenpowerment.com. Thejetblackenpowerment.com. Good Lord, I couldn't get that out, could I?
You got it.
Right on. And listen, please, the first of every month, Jet Black Empowerment will be downtown, right there beside LaBauer Park. In that vicinity right there, we'll be helping out the homeless. Come out and join us and do something that's bigger than yourself. That's give back to the community, all right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, giving back to those that are in need. Come out there and join us on the first of every month, all right?
Come on.
Yes, sir. What you waiting for?
Come on.
Get on down there with us, all right? So listen, we are back. And David, again, man, thank you again, bruh, for being here with us on this evening, man. We really do appreciate it.
The man of many talents.
Man of many talents.
You know what I mean?
Drop some jewels on us
a whole lot of
tonight.
jewels, enough you can't pick up.
Yes, sir. And
Absolutely.
so our topic today, I thought would be very befitting today. We're going to talk about the prison reform. And I know that you've had your experience, but before we dabble in with you, I'm going to read just a little bit of this, and then we'll bring you right on in, all right? I'm going to read about a paragraph of this, y'all, and then we'll build from here, and we'll talk about this prison reform, which everybody pretty much is talking about.
Yeah,
You
pop
dig?
your shit on.
All right. A just society requires that those who commit crimes stand punishment for their deeds before being allowed to re-enter society. Yet the punishment doesn't fit the crime. And even when it does, many are denied the tools to effectively become productive citizens after they paid their debts. It has increasingly become the case in the United States that roadblocks to redemptions are created by the very system that seeks to rehabilitate. So, Dave, I want to hear from you because of the experience that you've had with being in the penal system, man. What are your thoughts on that? Like, just give me your perspective.
It's so big whenever we look at the recidivism rates of folks that are reoffending.
Just tell the folks what that word means. There may be some.
Recidivism is that
I was about to ask. I'm from the country. He probably got to say it a couple more times for me.
Recidivism is the term used for someone that goes to jail, gets out, goes back, gets out, goes back. And it's like you in that revolving door.
Wow.
And
sort of like a repeat offender.
Yeah, a repeat offender.
Like being institutionalized kind of to a certain extent.
To a certain extent, you know, because you got, first off, I can't speak for all correctional institutions.
Yes.
But the particular ones that I visited in North Carolina do not do anything for rehabilitation. It's simply housing and survival.
Yes.
You know, you take I was in the old jail where they had the cameras come through where you got a room built for 16 and you got 38 people in it. You know, it's survival of the fittest.
Sure.
And figuring out what are you going to do afterwards. Yes, you have done your time. They have opened the gates, said, go sin no more, and we let you go. But as soon as I go to fill out this job application, you know, and yes, some of the rules are changing.
Sure.
Some of the laws are changing.
Yes.
Some effort has been put into that in recent history.
Yes.
But I came home March of 2008. I didn't get a job till June 2011.
Wow.
I had to grind. I'm talking about raking yards, cutting grass. We ain't got a little push mower, man.
Yes.
And we $20. Yes, I'll cut it. I'll climb up on your roof, clean the gutters, whatever I had to do. I got kids to take care of.
Yeah.
And myself.
And you went in when you were 17, right?
17 years
Which
old.
leads us to the next question is, if you would, Corey, read on Legguci, if you would. This is a juvenile lifer right here. That next, right up under that. He's a juvenile lifer. They just did like a huge little short documentary. You know how they do on CBS News. And this guy was considered a juvenile lifer. So if you would, kind of build on that a little bit.
83-year-old Joe Legguci, considered the oldest and longest service juvenile lifer in the U.S., has finally been released.
83?
83 years old.
83
lifer,
years
man.
old juvenile lifer, just been released after spending nearly 68 years of his life in the U.S. prison.
Dude,
He knows nothing.
Dude, listen, we talking about 68 years. Now, the amount of, man, I was in tears, David, right? When I'm gonna be honest with you, he was 68 years old. When they did the documentary, when they did that little short documentary on him, man, he was like, I never seen buildings before. He said he went in when Nat King Cole's song was #1 on the charts.
68 years.
And 68 years, his whole life he spent in prison, man.
Wow.
What is he gonna do?
And there's wow, that's mind-boggling that you got somebody that has been incarcerated that long. That as a teenager, we make stupid mistakes.
Wait, and it was an armed robbery charge with hold 5 to 10 years.
And he got life.
And he did 68 years in prison.
68.
Now he admitted that he stabbed someone, but he didn't kill anybody.
Right.
He said it pretty much was he was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Which we all have been.
We all have.
Everybody.
But dude, that doesn't even fit the crime.
That reminds
That
me
was
of a
supposed to be 5 to
Jodeci
10.
song that says, somebody done me wrong, done me wrong. Wow. Wow.
It breaks your heart,
It's
don't it?
mind-boggling that we live in what we call the greatest country in America, but we incarcerate a quarter of our population. You know, so the systematic change has to take place in not only our judicial system, but our civil penalties, our criminal justice system. We've got so many things that are missed, from our child support and family court systems that pits father and mother and uses the children as pawns in the middle, and then criminalizes you for not being able to come together and provide as a family unit whenever the court had no business in your family unit to begin with.
Yes.
We've got to give folks opportunities to have economic empowerment, to start their own businesses, to follow their dreams and passion. We stop dreaming. And folks get caught up into the day-to-day monotony of go to work, go pay these bills, go take care of these kids, go back to work, and we're going to give you a week off every year, if that.
So we spoke just a little bit about this prison reform, but I have to speak on some of these names. We're going to call them out.
Pop your shit.
Jacob Blake,
Yes.
shot in the back. Them cops got away. This man paralyzed. George Floyd, which I watched a lot of it today. And for them to try to dismantle the fact of, they're not even talking about the murder. They busy talking about he got drugs in him.
Or a heart condition.
Or a heart condition.
I'm going to have a heart condition too if your knee on my neck. This ain't got nothing
to do with it, your knee in his neck.
Somebody's life was lost.
That was somebody's father.
Yes.
Somebody's son. Somebody's brother.
Uncle.
He might have been the lifespan for somebody living that was in his condition.
Yeah.
They believed in him.
I found one thing so poignant whenever, after the George Floyd situation, after the George Floyd murder, when his daughter said, "Daddy changed the world."
Yeah.
Breonna Taylor, my heart goes out to you and your family that's still dealing with that pain. And we're going to talk about Free Greg Mingo.
Free Greg Mingo.
Free Greg Mingo. Served a 40 years, 40 years sentence in prison. Still in there. Still fighting to come home. You can go to change.org. Look over some of those people that are going through those problems. And write your name. Sign your name on there. I think they up to it costs you nothing. Sign it.
We've got a petition on change.org with one of my companies where we have a class action lawsuit against the Federal Trade Commission for their egregious overreach, stepping outside their mandate to crush small Black-owned businesses here in the United States of America.
Come on.
Check out the civilrightsmoment.com or .org, civilrightsmoment.com, and you'll see all about it. The FTC's got blood on its hands.
I love it. Let's talk about the innocent projects. All right? Let's get into that at your leisure. Check out those websites. And of course, the Prison Reform Alliance, which Meek Mills and Jay-Z, and they headed that.
And it's
you can be a part of it. I signed up today. You can just go on there and just sign your name on there and just be a part of the movement. Somebody might call you. It's not just about us sitting here. It's easy for us to do lip service. I am freaking upset and angry about what I saw today on the news. I'm very upset about it. It hurt me to my heart that just because he had some drugs in his system, yeah, we got issues in our neighborhoods. Yeah, we got problems. And a lot of it stems from poverty. A lot of it stems from a lack of resources.
Opportunity.
And the opportunities that we need. So yes, I'm very upset about what I saw today. You had his knee, your knee was in his neck. And that man was murdered. Far as I'm concerned, he was murdered.
Facts. Pure
so
facts.
So we want to stand on that. George Floyd and your family, we rocking with you at Jetblack.
All the way.
We stand in solidarity with you, brother. We stand in solidarity with you and your family.
And all of the families. I mean,
all of them.
And what we got to realize is that from a Black experience, it's been trauma since we got off the boat.
Talk about it. Generational trauma.
So we got to do some serious healing for America to be this great country that folks want to claim that it is.
Put that.
We got to get past we got to get past America's original sin.
Yes.
You know, and we got to atone for that. We got to repent for that from the highest levels on down. And then level the playing field.
And we can't tear up nothing.
No.
I understand the anger, but we can't tear up nothing.
That solves nothing.
We got to get together, get to the legislature, get that stuff to the office, go to the legislative, get them laws passed.
And what we got to show people, like I know I ran for Congress in 2014.
I know now. You know? I think you told me. I know now.
Because I looked at the situation that was going on and I said, people that are making decisions about how you and I are going to live our life on a daily basis, but have never walked in our shoes.
Yes.
I am not a political insider. I have had a front row seat to this process, and I understand how it works. So if not me, then who? If not now, then when?
Yes.
And who better to have at the seat of the table to make decisions about things that are going to really impact the community than somebody that lives in the
somebody got our best interests at heart.
Somebody got our best interests at heart.
And not their pockets.
And not their pockets.
All these years we've been living as melanated people walking this world. Like, we're the root.
Yes, we are.
Everybody knows it's time for
Yes.
us to truthfully know it, like deep down in our hearts and souls. We got to all come together because we tired.
Absolutely.
So listen, we're going to go ahead and get off of here. But remember, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Remember that, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Listen, this is the Jetblack Daily Show, and we are out. Peace.
Exactly. We have each other. Thank you. I mean, and that's above all. So again, while everybody in here was talking before earlier, and I know that some people may not have agreed with the next one, and the next one may not agree with the last one. However, we all need each other. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. It's the Jetblack Daily Show. It's the Jetblack. Ooh. It's the Jetblack.